Welcome back, Molten Scholars. We're ready for another fun day of learning. Today is April 17th, and we are working on day 4 of Unit 4. So today's objective is I can write a thesis statement, and I can write an informative writing. Now, these are some things that we have covered in class, and this is probably going to be a refresher for a lot of you, but for some of you who have missed this assignment in the past, this will be your first learning opportunity. So I'm going to try and go through this as clearly as I can and just really chunk it so that you can have a clear understanding of what a thesis statement is and how do we formulate a thesis statement. Now let's first start with the meaning of a thesis statement. A thesis statement is basically a claim. It is a sentence that you put into your introduction when you're writing about a factual piece of writing. It could be a research paper, a book report, but it's something it's something factual. Any type of informative writing is based on facts. And that's what we're working on today. We're going to work on an informative writing, but our focus today is formulating a thesis statement. Okay? So the way we do that, I've written some steps for you, some mini steps that could get you started. And so here I have the first step is that you want to write a topic. First, you need to know what your topic is. So today, since our activity in our packet gives us a prompt that we'll be writing from, we do not need to create a topic for today's assignment. So let's look at the prompt that we're given for today. The prompt says, explain how Edison persevered to invent the light bulb. Explain how Edison persevered to invent the light bulb. Now, first, let's look at that word persevered. What does persevere mean? To persevere. Let's ask Corinne. Yes, that's absolutely correct, Corinne. Corinne said that to persevere means to keep trying and don't give up. And that's exactly right. That's exactly correct. That is what that word means. And that we see is what Thomas Edison did in his invention of the light bulb. He didn't give in, although he was faced with many challenges. Okay, so now that is the topic that we're going to be basing our thesis on. That is the prompt. This is the prompt that we're going to be basing our thesis on for today. Now, the second step in writing a thesis is to make a claim. Make a claim. So now we must make a claim about this prompt. It wants us to explain how Edison persevered. Okay, so let's make a claim about that. Okay, so here's an example that I made up. My claim is Edison faced many challenges experimenting with inventing the light bulb. That is the claim that I'm going to make. That he spent numerous hours and time and days and months and years in his lab trying to come up with a solution of creating the light bulb. So that is the claim that I'm making. Now, if this is going to be my claim, this is what I will introduce in my introduction paragraph. Now, this is going to be a part of the introduction, not just solely the introduction. So we will start our introduction as usual. We always want to start our introduction with something exciting, a very good hook that we can get the reader to be interested and want to read more. So we're going to create a good hook for your introduction. And if I were to write based on this thesis, I would start my introduction with a good hook, and then I would fill in this thesis statement. And normally your thesis statement is going to come in the last sentence of your introduction paragraph, but it's okay to include it anywhere in that paragraph. But you want to start with your usual introduction, a good hook, and then, give it some filler, and then include this thesis statement. Now, once you make this claim in your informative writing, this is what your main ideal is going to be about. So once you make this claim, you must use the following paragraphs to support it. So then you will need to go back to your writing and you will find evidence that supports this claim that his invention was challenging. So you may want to talk about the challenges that he faced. What type of challenges? Then you want to go into detail about those challenges. So you can't just say he faced many challenges. You have to tell us what they were. You have to explain to us and describe them, and tell us as much detail about those challenges. And we want to have more than one challenge. So the more you write, the better your paper will evolve. So I want you to take your time, write a good claim, which will be your thesis statement. Support that claim with evidence from the article. And conclude your paper. Again, this is an informative writing. So this type of writing is based on facts. It's not a fictional writing. It is based on facts. So take your time, use your guide, use the example, and you can create your own example, okay? And go ahead and get your writing started. And if you have any questions, you know how to reach me, okay? Thank you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good day.